We know Donald Trump's stance on this. We know that in the State of the Union he said that he signed the executive order that Guantanamo Bay is going to stay open, despite what we were expecting after Obama had his say. What do you think Donald Trump would like to see happen to these two?
Well, what he said on the campaign, quite famously, was that we were lied into the war in Iraq. And then he won the most pro-military state in the Union. That was the South Carolina debate. Everyone thought that was going to be curtains for him. He's standing on stage with Jeb Bush attacking the Bush administration's war in Iraq. He won even South Carolina overwhelmingly. So why are we sending troops to Syria? Why are we still in Afghanistan? I cannot understand why he's not keeping his promises on this. I mean, I think the military, he's kind of busy on a lot of things. And generals, I mean, it's the old line from Sidney Hook, to a man with a hammer, all the world is a nail. And he has all the generals saying, oh, no, we got to send more troops. And no, America wants, the whole point of his campaign was a little more me time. Don't get me wrong, I'm all in favor of catching jihadis.
Yeah, and he's very tough on that idea too. So what would you do with him? What do you think his mindset will be?
Oh, I love keeping Guantanamo open.
Guantanamo. Would that be a better solution, though, than to seeing them put on trial, to seeing a due process? Why would that be better?
Well, because our trials, and I think since we got most of our procedures from your trials, all kinds of protections for the defendant. That's not what you want for combatants. I don't know the details of these guys. You say they have British accents and they're called the Beatles. That's everything I know about them right now. But yes, there should be some form of military trial. We've always done that. We've done it back in World War II. Now, they were pretty quick trials, and there were no Miranda rights. But yeah, keeping Guantanamo open is a fine idea. I just think overall we ought to be winding down and not spending so much time talking about what's going on in other countries.
So ideally, from Anne's perspective, she doesn't want to see us going to these wars anyway, or the American troops being sent there, Kevin. But in terms of what the representation of these two, the final members of this group that were nicknamed the Beatles because of their English accents, in terms of the Americans have them at the moment, would you like to see them come back to the UK to be tried, as Kate was saying, publicly, or would you rather that they were kept in a military sort of environment and tried like that?
Or tried in Syria if that was possible. But Guantanamo is condemned around the world. It's kind of ridiculous holding people without trying them. Look, if they're guilty,
some people wouldn't think it was ridiculous, because some people would think that the unspeakable crimes that these two have been accused of conducting means that all bets are off.
Yeah, absolutely unspeakable crimes. We believe they were involved in the beheadings. If that's so, try them for that. Get the evidence, and then you punish them appropriately. I don't believe in the death penalty, but they would be locked away probably for the rest of their lives. But not Guantanamo Bay. It's condemned around the world. It's a stain on America. It doesn't do America any good in the Middle East, where people talk about double standards. How can you go around the world preaching democracy and tolerance and treating with people with respect, and then not doing it yourself?
That is a point, isn't it, Anne? That what I'm assuming the Trump administration, like other governments, wouldn't want is for these two to be turned into kind of martyrs and figureheads, and people that could lead to more recruiting.
Yes, being condemned around the world, I must say, not really a mark against the policy as far as most Americans are concerned.
Well, welcome to Europe, though. You'll be condemned around Europe.
Yeah, that's always...
You're very welcome individually, but not your views.
When we were strongest was when Reagan was president, and oh my gosh, this entire continent was protesting us all the time. I've been dying to be hated in Europe again. But
well, you're doing well. you've got your wish.
FDR, I mean, these are standard. These go back hundreds of years. There are military procedures for trying people. There were German boats that landed in Long Island, very shishi area, the Hamptons, during World War II. Within 1 week, FDR had secret military trials. They were executed within the week. This is what we do with enemy combatants. These are the laws of war. These are the laws we follow.
One of the things that we've been hearing is that Donald Trump is seemingly quite keen to have a big military parade. Imminently, he's trying to plan on whether he could have a big show of military support. I know that he has a lot of support from the military in itself. It's something that we tend to identify with some of the more dictatorships and more fascist regimes around the world, particularly North Korea. We understand, Kim Jong-un had one just on the eve of the Winter Olympics. It's not gone down brilliantly with everybody. I know that the guy that killed Osama bin Laden has tweeted saying that this is absolutely the last thing that we need to do. It's not for America to be doing that sort of thing. Is it a sound political move, do you think, by Donald Trump to do something like this? Does he need to do it?
Well, first, I think we should have the parade to celebrate bringing the troops home from these pointless wars. That would be a great time for a parade. And point two, this Donald Trump, I don't care what you think of him, he is so good at trolling liberals. And to come out for this and then have the entire Democratic Party going on TV denouncing a military parade, I don't care if it's a good idea or a bad idea, the opposing party looks so bad attacking this.
Why do they look bad attacking it?
It's the same thing, you know, you often are interviewing me from Palm Beach. There was a big fight a few years ago when at Mar-a-Lago, he had an American flag that, let's be honest, it was way too big. It looked like a car dealership. He gets in a big fight with the town of Palm Beach over it. He sues them. That's, by the way, he was given the property for his golf course as the settlement in that. But he made Palm Beach, all of these like old school patriotic Americans, he made them look unpatriotic. He's going on TV
one of the
saying,
issues,
I'm for the American flag.
I think one of the issues, then, is that your government's in shutdown again. There's real problems with resources, and yet seemingly this is going to cost millions and millions of dollars. Purely as a show for Donald Trump. Do you think he never even plans to do it? He literally just put it out?
No, I think he actually does want to do it. And when you look at the billions of dollars our government spends, this would be, I could cut a lot more before I'd cut a nice, and once a year, a nice military parade on July 4th. I think it would be nice.